I want to tell you a story, and maybe you have something similar in your life. But this is a story about a sweet little girl who is about to turn 2, and her name is Manel. And Manel is a very active sweetheart, and like most toddlers, was playing. She fell and bumped her front teeth. And I know a lot of parents can relate to that, because as parents, we've all seen our kids fall and tumble. But as it turned out, Manel sustained a pretty serious injury to her front incisor. So much so that it really couldn't be saved. I very rarely take out teeth, but this one really had to go. And it was an emotional time. I definitely feel for the parents and gave them all the options out there. And they asked me to go ahead and take out the tooth because they were really concerned about how she was feeling. She was in a lot of discomfort. And then they turned around and said, could you offer us a solution? Because we don't want her to be without a tooth, and her second birthday is just rolling around the corner. And that's really where I got to thinking. We should be able to offer solutions that are better, that basically are up to the standard of an adult solution. We shouldn't cut our children short. We should actually put them in the forefront of options and solutions. So 3D printing came to the rescue. So first and foremost, we had to navigate how to get the tooth out comfortably, discuss sedation options, and see what the parents were comfortable with, and achieve that portion. So I explained, let us complete this step, and let's turn to digital design and data capture and see what we can do afterwards once we get her comfortable. Another thought that was on my mind is, how can we easily deliver a solution that is 3D printed, which is typically bonded. So we began with a very successful visit. So we used our digital scanner, our iTero Lumina, to quickly capture digital data. This was done in knee-to-knee, and it was no different really than doing a simple cleaning. The Lumina has a very small head and really captures data in a way that is non-invasive. All I needed was the anterior data. So it was quick, easy, and simple, and parents were very impressed. For Manel, we used ExoCAD, designing a very interesting cantilever bridge. We had to decide where we would attach the pontic to. And where my first thought was actually to go by the other central incisor that remained in her mouth. She happened to have a diastema, which is that gap between the two front teeth, and had tissue that sit in that gap. So that led me to move the design to the lateral incisor, which is a side incisor. Now, this little baby is not quite 2. The tooth was well erupted, which was in our favor, but it was still a very small tooth. So to get this to bond properly, I decided to create a no-prep design, which actually sat on the entirety of the lateral primary incisor, and design a very thin pontic that would give us an aesthetic appeal, but also not burden that lateral incisor with too much weight. We also minded occlusion, made sure it was out of occlusion, and designed something that really replicated her original tooth. We were able to mirror that original tooth in the design. So the parents were very happy with this. We were able to share this with them on the computer screen, and they gave their input, approved the design, and then we moved on to fabrication. Once our parents loved and approved the design, we went to fabrication. The design was printed on our Sprint Ray units, and we used the Onyx Tough resin that Sprint Ray fabricates. We customized it ever so slightly to make it match as best as we could so that we could get a natural look. And then we went on to delivery. So finally, it was time to deliver the creation. We prepped our parents really well. I explained the knee-to-knee position because I wanted Manel to see her family, and I didn't expect that this would be a very intense visit. It was going to be easy, simple. My team had gone ahead and set up everything before we started. Basically, all we needed to do was clean the lateral incisor, etch, bond, and deliver light cure. So this was a matter of minutes. And it was quite magical to see the unfolding and watch as the parents saw their little girl smile with a tooth. Everything looks clean. You're doing a great job keeping things clean. And I'm just so happy that it looks so natural. It really does.
Yeah,
I would
so nice.
continue brushing. Avoid any sort of sticky, chewy stuff. That's important because it can dislodge stains.
Yes.
If she does want to treat, I would cut it up versus biting into it. And then if there are anytime anything gets debonded or anything like that, we can rebond. We have other prints. I have other spares.
Yeah.
But so far so good. It's been doing great, and my expectation is it's going to stay put.
Yeah.
But we're here just in case anything else is needed.
Thank you so much.
You're so
Thank
welcome.
you. The model is doing.
And I remember when you, Naval, told me,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? What are we going to do with the
hard
tooth?
situation for me.
I know, but I
But
think
you helped us, Dr. You're as an angel.
you guys are angels. I'm glad it worked out. And our hearts are happy.
Want a coin?
Double came out. We got two. Two stickers, two prizes. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. I guess what's so cool about this is that here in my hands I have history and I also have future. But what makes it even more cool is that this is actually present, that we're actually doing this and we are able to deliver these types of solutions for kids who never had these options before. I share this with great appreciation for technology, for everything that led up to this, and for the fact that we can learn and innovate and create for the betterness of our kids and for elevated pediatric dentistry.